Hi everyone, it's Dr. Brad Meyer from Stephen F. Austin State University, where I'm the Associate Professor of Percussion. I'm going to talk about tip 1 for the TMEA snare drum etude, which is about dynamics. So when it comes to dynamics, there's a couple things I want to chat about. The first is just our initial dynamic. So if you look in the etude, we start at forte, and you'll notice that we have later on some fortissimos and some accented fortissimos. So we want to make sure that we don't start too loud. So a good forte would sound like this. Now, as you noticed, we already hit a couple dynamics. We ended on that accented fortissimo. So by not starting at our top volume, only a good forte, we're allowing ourselves that extra level or two to get up to that fortissimo and that accent. Same thing happens, but on the opposite end. So we have some pianissimos and some pianos. So for example, if we look a little bit later in the piece, we have measure 55 and 56. 55 is at piano and 56 is at pianissimo. So we want to make sure that when we drop down from the fortissimo right before, that we drop down only to piano, not to our softest volume, because we still have to get softer. So if we look at 55 and 56, we want to sound a little bit like this. So you'll notice there's not much contrast, but there's enough to make it obvious to the listener, to the judge, that I've changed from a piano to a pianissimo. So as you're starting, make sure you don't start too loud, and make sure that we're gradating or giving different levels to all of our dynamics. And anytime we go back to that dynamic, we're always getting the same dynamic that we hit before. That way all of our dynamics are super clear throughout the solo.